On Saturday, but it was only 5, and then Bernie is still on Saturday or something doing extra. All right, so basically what he's doing, he's standing. Okay, his feet are wide, feet are right foot forward. Okay, and I'm gonna get underneath him. My right foot goes on the inside of the knee. Okay, sorry, see how already unstable he is? His right foot goes under my arm for now. Okay, and my left foot goes on the inside of his hip. Okay, this right here makes it very challenging for him to stay balanced without using his hands. Now obviously I want to break his posture down, and I didn't just magically appear here because somehow I got here, okay? But if you notice, this foot is like extending and I'm pushing him that way. So what his back leg's doing, left leg is walking. Here, this right foot is hooking, pulling this leg. So the question is, which leg is gonna create more, let's just say, connectivity and disbalance? I always want to make sure whenever you're doing any form of open guard, you're pushing, pulling, rotating left or right. It doesn't have to be in order. You can rotate, pull, push, but you see how he's unstable. What I'm doing here is, as my left leg pushes like almost straight, he's walking backwards, but I'm preventing him from walking back. And I can scoot my hip underneath him. I can't allow myself to get out from underneath. I constantly have to adjust. I can make him walk this way by pulling this hook to the right, okay? And I have to constantly keep adjusting. Okay, but you see how it affects his balance, okay? What happens here is that, let's go back. Yeah. In order for him to have stability, typically this is the leg that you need both feet down in order to be able to even do anything with this. He, first and foremost, would have to push this knee to back step off that hook. But it's not that quite easy, which enables me to get grips, either on the near sleeve, okay? Either on his collar, or maybe on the far sleeve, if he pushes with this hand, okay? What's very important is I have to be rigid and constantly testing his balance, which prevents him from settling his weight. We'll start with the collar, and all you're gonna do is just a weight shifting drill where you're gonna load the weight, lift, he'll stay balanced, okay? Lift, and I'm constantly shifting his weight, and there's rotation, because it makes it hard for him to really do much. Typically for the person to get balanced, what I do is I put a lot of weight on this foot so I can posture up and settle the weight, which again causes the other person to have to begin to steer. My right hand is steering. It's pulling right, pulling left, forward, and I can move my hips by using the connectivity of my feet, which is plural for feet. And I see, okay, look, so here, lift here. But see how his hands are on the mat? So if I keep his feet off the mat, or at least one foot, it plants his hands on the mat here. This right here enables me to either grab this sleeve right here. If I wanted to, I can bring him a little bit closer here, so I can grab this sleeve right here. Now from here, I'm just gonna reload his weight up on me, and then from here gently push him over his left shoulder, because he shouldn't be able to post out, and I can just push, 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 push here. As I go here, and whether I would mount, get the side control, the bottom line is I'm getting to the top because my objective is to get to the top. So everybody is going to start with the person wide-legged, okay? And what you're going to do is this. Right foot here, stretch him out a little bit. Left hand just pinches your elbow to your ribs. Left foot on the hip. From here, just before you even grab anything, because the nearest sleeve to grab is this here, I just want you guys to create this balance without even being able to use this hand. Because the second I connect this hand, he begins to really have a problem here. Because if I control this hand right here, he can't really use anything to break either my grips or to even get off this X right here. Because if I grab the near sleeve, he'll want to push this foot down on the mat to back himself up. Yes. So here I can go here and begin to pass this way. So I just want you guys and just get underneath before we even enter the X guard. Because look how it happens here. And now all of a sudden you're an X guard. When they're passing standing, this is right there. Instead of you trying to get collars or all this, you're here. So you're gonna be left hand overhook on that ankle. I can grab my collar. The objective isn't to grab my collar, the objective is to pinch his ankle, almost like an ankle lock or a foot lock, so that when I roll to the right, his foot comes off the mat. That's really what I want, so I attach it to my ribs. As he backs up, push him away, moving, and see how I can begin to move. I cannot do this if I'm like this flat on my back. You're not gonna do anything, especially if your head's on the mat. You have to be more like a turtle and move here, here. So you can begin to disbalance. So all you guys are gonna do is just get into the X guard. We're just gonna be standing wide foot. Wide, 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 wide. So left hand overhook, right foot behind the knee, left foot at the hip. None of this can be dangly like this. You have to be rigid, because when you load their weight up on you and you lift, you cannot allow their weight to push your heels towards your butt and for your ligaments to carry the weight. If I want to grab his collar here, I'm good. He'll back up, 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 up. Yes. Pull him, push, pull. Oh, he's already falling. I didn't mean to do that, but it just did this bounce. So all you're going to do is just practice loading the weight. So you're push, pull, tilt right, tilt left. Not enough to make them fall. You're not trying to make them fall. You're just trying to understand where their balance is, and you're watching what you're doing, because you don't want to make them fall too fast. Then what you're going to do is you're going to practice kind of loading the weight and moving your hips around, because you need to be able to be comfortable here to keep your legs attached. So what I'm doing here now, I'm just pitching his foot. I don't want to be here. I want to be here. So that if I, look, in order for me to roll to my right, I'm pushing my right foot out towards that mat. And see how his foot comes off the mat? Okay? He's going to push his foot back on the mat. Sit up, push, pull. See, I have to readjust. See here, I'm a little bit too underneath. Readjust here, 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 here. But the whole time, I have as little surface area as possible on my back. This will not work like this. None of it will. This will be literally an easy pass. Because, we'll do this way. Because if he settles his weight, squats, and pushes with his right hand, this thing, and back steps with your left leg. Put your weight on your right foot. Okay? Put your weight on the right foot. Push his knee, and back step with your left. Bring this foot a little bit in.
This is stopping his leg.
It's not. Good. Push this, and then just back step to your left. I'll show you this. The whole thing here, what I need is balance. What he needs is disbalance. Your inner kind of left calf shin should be kind of also pushing my thigh forward and to the left. Yes. What I want to do is constantly want to do this. Because if I do this right here, this is not a factor. It's this that's a factor for me to step off. This is not. So if I block here, and we're here, it's a real easy pass. That's why you have to constantly keep shifting their weight, because this is my weight settle. If he keeps testing my balance, pulling, push, tilt. Grab the collar. See here, I'm just trying to walk back here, and I don't even have time to settle. I do this, he pushes, pulls, I can't even step, because I need to have weight here. But if I do this, it's fairly easy to get off. Okay? So weight shifting and balancing. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Grab somebody. If you grab somebody new, if you can. foot with the new kind of swing. So just make sure they get in there. Bernie, you got somebody? We need somebody for